Welcome to the tragic tale of the Burns family. This story centers around Kiana Burns, a formidable woman whose sudden breakdown led to a life-altering decision that would forever change her family's fate. This decision rippled through the lives of her loved ones, serving as a stark reminder of the critical importance of mental health. It underscores the necessity of speaking up, not only for ourselves but for those we hold dear. When life spirals out of control, reaching out for help is vital. Our journey begins in Atlanta, Georgia's vibrant capital, a city thriving with energy, bolstered by major corporations like Coca-Cola and Delta Airlines. On the evening of November 6, 2021, at approximately 9 p.m., a frantic call shattered the night. A man reported hearing desperate screams and gunfire erupting from a neighbor's home. Police raced to the scene, urgency fueling their response. Upon entering the residence, officers were met with a harrowing sight. A man and a woman lay lifeless on the floor. As the gravity of the scene settled in, investigators began piecing together the events leading up to this double homicide. The victims were Ronell and Kiana Burns, but what sinister force compelled someone to take their lives? The Burns family resided in a spacious home in Gwinnett County, recognized for its ethnic diversity. Strikingly, the house bore no signs of forced entry. All possessions remained undisturbed. Yet, the investigation quickly unveiled critical clues. To understand the tragedy that unfolded, we must turn back time and delve into the history of the Burns family, revealing the underlying factors that led to such a devastating conclusion. Kiana was born on September 15, 1977, in St. Louis, Missouri. After graduating from Riverview Gardens High School, she pursued her passion at St. Louis Community College in Florissant Valley, specializing in cosmetology. With determination, she established her own beauty salon, marking the beginning of her entrepreneurial journey. Kiana was an industrious individual, driven by dreams of wealth and luxury. Her relentless dedication transformed her salon into one of the most prominent establishments in the St. Louis area over the next 2 decades. However, despite her professional success, Kiana's personal life was fraught with challenges. Though ambitious and accomplished, she struggled to find a partner who matched her strength and values. At 44, Kiana was a dedicated mother to 3 children from previous relationships, whom she cherished deeply. Her family spoke of her warmth and unwavering support, highlighting her role as a loving mother, a loyal friend, and a successful businesswoman. Kiana appeared to have found her match when she met Ronell Burns. Born on May 14, 1975, in St. Louis, Ronell graduated from the High School of Fashion in 1994, where he excelled in basketball, competing for state championships. His drive and ambition were palpable, fueled by a competitive spirit that pushed him toward greatness. At the time he met Kiana, he had 2 children from a previous relationship, adding complexity to their budding romance. Destiny intertwined the lives of these 2 driven individuals, culminating in a joyous union. On September 13, 2012, they exchanged vows, celebrating their love in a beautiful wedding surrounded by family and friends, marking the beginning of what seemed to be a blissful partnership. Yet, shortly after their wedding, Kiana began to uncover new dimensions of Ronell's character. She learned that from a young age he had devoted his life to Jesus Christ, yearning to fulfill what he perceived as a divine calling. In his quest to serve others, Ronell reached out to everyone he encountered, including strangers on the street. He founded a personal website where he began sharing his message of faith, coaching, and preaching. Ronell often reflected on how God had spoken to him in his youth, urging him to aid those in need. One of his resonating messages conveyed that God calls upon everyone and orchestrates the events of life. As Ronell continued his ministry, his video messages gained notable traction online, captivating audiences who were drawn to his fervent beliefs. Beyond his role as a church coach, Ronell also carved a path as a financial advisor and insurance agent. He established Traditional Financial Solutions, a company dedicated to guiding individuals toward financial independence worldwide. His success in business paralleled his commitment to helping others, with his speeches drawing substantial crowds. Kiana stood firmly by Ronell's side, and together they flourished in the digital realm, as Ronell had already built a solid reputation. He was recognized as a leader and coach in the 6-Figure Ambition, an online program tailored for aspiring entrepreneurs. With over 7,000 followers on Instagram and 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, Ronell operated a channel filled with educational content aimed at empowering others. In a remarkable fusion of ambition and vision, Raynell and Kiana Burns united their families and entrepreneurial spirits. Together, they created an impactful venture that resonated with thousands. Kiana emerged as a sought-after speaker at business events, where she passionately shared insights on achieving success. With an impressive following of 14,000 on Instagram, Kiana expressed her thoughts on family life and offered a steady stream of inspirational quotes. In one of their widely viewed video messages, this captivating couple, clad in signature branded attire, engaged their audience with discussions on entrepreneurship and its profound impact on their lives and the lives of countless subscribers. They proclaimed their journey loudly, echoing their belief in the power of ambition. Before an eager audience, the Burns couple spoke proudly of entrepreneurship. They detailed how their endeavors had transformed their lives and enriched the lives of thousands of their followers. Their proclamations echoed with an enthusiasm that masked deeper issues. Their mission was clear: to inspire their audience to become successful entrepreneurs and build solid foundations for their businesses. The era of solely building others' enterprises was behind them. The Burns family was determined to empower young entrepreneurs to forge their own paths. His messages emphasized the importance of wise investment over mere spending, urging individuals to strategically grow their wealth. Concluding his speeches, Raynell and Kiana conveyed a powerful belief that anyone who believes in their vision can achieve greatness, asserting that it's not necessary to be extraordinary to begin a journey toward success. The Burns family had always embraced a philosophy of ostentation, believing that greatness required a public display of wealth. They openly showcased their luxurious lifestyle, drawing in new students and subscribers, while the truth behind their glitzy facade remained hidden. In their world, only Kiana Burns embarked on the journey that Raynell had so frequently articulated. With unwavering determination, she built and managed a network of salons, demonstrating her entrepreneurial spirit. At the time of their coaching, Kiana was not only the owner of multiple salons, but also thrived as a successful insurance agent, her ventures generating substantial income for the family. Meanwhile, Raynell Burns relentlessly pursued an image of affluence, carefully curating their public persona as that of a prosperous family clad in designer attire. Daily snapshots from the finest restaurants became a staple, yet amidst this glamour, the true essence of success lay in action, not mere words. Despite their wealth, less privileged individuals were drawn to the Burns family's rhetoric, enchanted by enticing tales of achieving financial success with minimal effort, all inspired by Raynell's motivational speeches. His charisma attracted a significant following, captivating those searching for hope. The universal dream of wealth stirred within every desperate heart. Thus, Raynell Burns established a company with lofty six-figure aspirations, providing others the chance to cultivate their wealth and etch their legacy, an ambition he articulated in every interview he gave. United as a close-knit family, the Burns clan lived a life that many admired until the day Raynell proposed an unexpected relocation from their beloved St. Louis to Atlanta. By then, their family had grown with 3 children of their own. Rhea, Maki, and Ray Haley were the pride of Kiana and Raynell Burns. Acknowledged in their professional circles, they were regarded as role models, yet the decision to move was not one they embraced willingly. The couple envisioned business expansion. With Raynell taking ownership of Kiana's salons, his aspirations soared beyond the 3 establishments in St. Louis. He dreamed of establishing a chain throughout Atlanta, a venture that would elevate their brand. Despite Kiana's reluctance to abandon the familiarity of St. Louis, she ultimately yielded to Raynell's ambitions, maintaining the public persona of a supportive wife. On social media, Kiana curated an idyllic portrayal of her life. She proudly displayed a stunning Maserati Levante, presented to her by Raynell, alongside images of her trunk overflowing with Louis Vuitton bags. Each post radiated admiration and gratitude for her husband, reinforcing the image of a perfect life. However, the veneer began to crack. Like many influencers, Kiana's Instagram became a canvas for showcasing her children and family. Over time, she could no longer uphold the illusion, confessing to her followers that their seemingly perfect family life was far more complicated than it appeared. The tension in the Burns household was palpable. Just after relocating to Atlanta, Kiana Burns found herself on the brink of divorce, navigating the challenges of a sprawling, unfamiliar city. In a heartfelt video message, she opened up to her subscribers about the difficulty of starting anew, expressing the emotional weight of her decision to move. During a Facebook Live stream, Kiana emphasized the need for resilience in the face of life's inevitable changes. She warned her audience that circumstances could shift dramatically overnight, leaving one reeling and unprepared. In a moment of vulnerability, she confessed that not believing in one's own strength could lead to overwhelming challenges. Reaching out to her followers, Kiana revealed that their support was crucial as she navigated these trying times. She acknowledged the emotional toll her struggles had taken on her, sharing that her loyal subscribers were her lifeline through the increasingly dark days. Little did anyone know, the couple had been teetering on the edge of divorce, their turbulent relationship hidden behind a carefully curated online persona. This shocking revelation sent ripples through her community, prompting Rennell to address the situation live. In his own chilling statement, Rennell disclosed that they had made the decision to divorce 7 months prior. His tone was eerily detached, akin to that of a business executive outlining a strategic plan. "I'm tired of her," he declared bluntly. "We will continue to run our business together, but we are announcing our divorce. This was a mutual decision." He continued, attempting to downplay the gravity of their situation. "Let's not create pressure or grief. Everything around us will remain the same. We took a piece of paper and drew a line down the middle. That's how we decided to divide the business. However, for obvious reasons," there was an unspoken weight to his words. Bloggers typically share only positive stories with their followers, as revealing failures can lead to a loss of faith, especially for the Burns family, whose public image has been carefully constructed over the years. The truth began to unravel as it became evident that the lavish lifestyle showcased online was nothing more than a facade. In his relentless pursuit of fame, Rennell had squandered the wealth Kiana earned from her flourishing beauty salons. But his reckless behavior did not stop there. The family's debt ballooned to over $500,000, a staggering sum amassed in just a few short years. The pressures of their financial turmoil, coupled with their move to a new city, had reached a breaking point. On the eve of the tragedy, Kiana Burns went live once more, reaching out to her followers in a desperate plea. She asked them to pray for her strength, feeling isolated and overwhelmed as she juggled the responsibilities of motherhood without the support of family or friends. In her emotional post, Kiana reflected on the upheaval in her life, detailing how she and Rennell had relocated to Atlanta to expand their business just 5 or 6 months prior. She poignantly reminded her audience, "If you don't pray and keep the faith, things can change and pull you away." She emphasized the importance of surrounding oneself with a supportive circle of love, encouraging open discussions about life's challenges. Kiana warned that leaving problems unaddressed could lead to overthinking and, ultimately, poor decision-making. At the conclusion of her speech, Kiana acknowledged a harsh truth. She expressed that navigating life changes is rarely straightforward. The struggle to adapt to new environments and unfamiliar faces can be particularly daunting, especially in the absence of the support from family and friends. She confided her ongoing battle with mental health, voicing fears that she might not possess the strength to confront the trials that life had in store. Yet, was the upheaval in their lives truly rooted in her relocation? In her address, Kiana chose to omit the underlying truth of their discord. The real catalyst for the family's disintegration lay in Rennell's repeated infidelities and reckless behavior, which lurked ominously behind the polished image they presented online. The authorities were summoned to the Burns residence, where concerned neighbors reported hearing gunshots ring out. As the police arrived, they were met with the unsettling scene of a family torn apart by tragedy. Initially, investigators believed that Rennell had taken his own life, but the discovery of Kiana's lifeless body in the next room, clutching the gun, revealed a chilling truth. This was not a suicide, but a double tragedy. The motive for this horrific act began to surface. Speculation arose that Kiana had been driven to murder Rennell after uncovering his infidelities. Others whispered about the couple's overwhelming debt, painting Rennell as a con man who had ultimately betrayed Kiana's trust. Those who sought to unravel the tangled web of the Burns family delved deep into their past. Among the revelations was testimony from Rennell's ex-wife, who disclosed that during their divorce she had discovered Rennell's pattern of deceit. He was not only a chronic cheater but also grossly negligent with finances, leading to financial ruin and a tarnished credit history for his former spouse. As the investigation unfolded, it became increasingly clear that Ronell's reckless lifestyle had sown the seeds of discord in his marriage with Kiana. In her public statements, Kiana had alluded to the challenges of adapting to a new life, but she remained silent about the true source of their turmoil: Ronell's persistent infidelities and irresponsible behavior. The turmoil that plagued their relationship was rooted in Ronell's chronic cheating, which cast a shadow over their seemingly perfect life. His inability to maintain steady employment further exacerbated their financial woes, leaving Kiana to shoulder the burden alone. It was during this tumultuous period that Ronell met Kiana. Drawn to her success and independence, he presented himself as a confident and charismatic partner. Kiana, in turn, found herself captivated by Ronell's charm, unaware that beneath his allure lay a history of deceit and betrayal. As their lives intertwined, Kiana's fortune became a focal point for Ronell, who sought to capitalize on her success, all the while concealing his true nature. This precarious foundation would soon lead to a tragic and irreversible conclusion. Despite the promising start of their business ventures, the reality for Ronell Burns and his family was far from the success they had envisioned. As their various enterprises crumbled, only Kiana's beauty salon managed to stay afloat. Yet even in the face of financial despair, Ronell maintained a facade of success. He skillfully crafted an image of a thriving businessman, all while the family's true financial struggles remained hidden from public view. On social media, they showcased extravagant purchases, a deceptive portrayal that masked their dire situation. Behind the cheerful photos and smiles lay a profound disillusionment. Ronell continued to project an image of prosperity, insisting on his business exploits, while the family cleverly concealed their money woes. They presented a life of abundance, despite the reality of their financial instability. On the same night that Kiana shared a joyful video of herself dancing at home with one of her daughters, the darkness of their reality took a harrowing turn. Hours later, a heated argument erupted between Kiana and Ronell, culminating in a tragic act of violence. In a moment of despair, Kiana grabbed a gun and shot Ronell before turning the weapon on herself. Ronell seemed to have the golden touch, as everything he ventured into appeared profitable. The couple projected an image of devout Christians, peppering their social media posts with biblical quotes that aligned seamlessly with the uplifting messages of their public speeches. The couple shared glimpses of their opulent home, revealing an extravagant lifestyle filled with meticulously curated family moments. Yet these snapshots, whether set against the backdrop of lavish parties or idyllic vacations, were nothing more than a deceptive illusion. Ronell was employed by an American marketing insurance firm notorious for taking advantage of vulnerable families. In his quest for success, he lured even friends and family into his web of deceit, attempting to expand his fraudulent enterprise. In a desperate bid to elevate his status, Ronell engaged in ventures that yielded insufficient returns, leaving him unable to sustain himself. Yet he continued to convince those around him that his new business was flourishing. Portraying themselves as thriving entrepreneurs, their hubris led them to create a television series titled Meet the Burns. However, every claim of wealth was merely a facade, masking the reality of their financial instability. Their extravagant spending on a lifestyle far beyond their means was driven by a desperate need to project an image of success. This reckless indulgence inevitably led them toward the brink of bankruptcy. On December 19, 2019, Kiana and Ronell Burns filed for bankruptcy. As they grappled with the fallout, the couple was forced to liquidate some assets to appease their creditors. Throughout this tumultuous period, Kiana and Ronell maintained the illusion of a perfect family, concealing the cracks in their facade. Yet, in St. Louis, the strain of sustaining their charade grew heavier. In a misguided attempt to escape their reality, Ronell proposed a move to a larger city, convinced that it would enable him to continue his con without consequence. This decision, however, would prove to be yet another grave miscalculation. Their business, already faltering, represented the sole income for the family. Tragically, Kiana acquiesced once more to Ronell's whims, agreeing to the ill-fated relocation. Kiana Burns found herself struggling to adapt to life in Atlanta. The weight of betrayal hung heavy on her heart, for she had long known of her husband's infidelities. Tired of enduring the silence and the pain, Kiana made the difficult decision to divorce. On October 10, 2021, the papers were filed, marking the end of their tumultuous union. In a twisted irony, Ronell cited Kiana's infidelity as the reason for their divorce. This revelation devastated her, yet she recognized the reality of their situation. While family and friends remained oblivious to the couple's struggles, Ronell concealed the truth, desperately attempting to maintain his public persona. Just 10 days after filing for divorce, the situation would take a harrowing turn. When Kiana appeared on live television, the bright smile that had once been her signature was replaced by a facade of concern and deep sadness. It was clear that something far more serious was at play beneath the surface. Ronell Burns, a man notorious for his deceit, had just divorced his first wife when he remarried Kiana, a successful and affluent woman. He presented himself as a changed man, a devout guru, but the truth was far less virtuous. Beneath his new image lay the same old con artist. Kiana Burns, a 44-year-old woman, took advantage of her new husband's trust and wealth, presenting herself as a prosperous partner. However, the facade of their seemingly perfect union shattered on November 9, 2021, when Kiana shot and killed her husband, 46-year-old Ronell Burns, before turning the gun on herself in a tragic act of despair. The Sandy Springs Police Department revealed that no one was home during this harrowing incident. In the aftermath, the couple left behind 8 children, now destined to navigate life without their parents. Investigators noted that there had been no history of domestic violence within their home in Atlanta. Just weeks prior, Kiana had reached out to her Facebook friends, asking for prayers, hinting at the turmoil that lay beneath the surface. The motivations behind Kiana Burns' tragic decision remain shrouded in mystery. Speculation runs rampant regarding what could have driven this once strong-spirited woman to such a drastic end. It was clear that, in that moment, she saw no other escape from her overwhelming circumstances. As pressures mounted, Kiana withdrew into herself, grappling with insurmountable inner demons. The weight of exhaustion from maintaining a facade of happiness bore down on her. Throughout their marriage, the couple had portrayed an image of bliss, yet beneath it all, the reality was a meticulously crafted illusion, a game of appearances. Kiana, weary from the relentless charade, found it difficult to navigate her feelings of despair. It is challenging to judge the actions of someone under the crushing burden of depression and emotional turmoil. Yet the haunting question lingers. How could so many children be left abandoned in a world that seemed intent on turning its back on them? Kiana had become exhausted from the relentless web of lies. It is challenging to judge the actions of someone under the crushing weight of depression and other debilitating mental disorders. Yet it raises a haunting question. Why are so many children left to face the world alone? In the aftermath, many were left to navigate their own paths through the chaos. The tragic deaths of Ronell Burns and Kiana Burns reverberated throughout their extensive network of friends and colleagues, dominating headlines and social media alike. As news of the couple's deaths spread, an outpouring of condolences flooded in from their multitude of followers and friends. Many expressed their sorrow, and tributes poured forth. A post from a close family friend revealed the shocking truth. Even those closest to the couple were unaware of the dire circumstances until the very end. Ronell Burns was a man who reveled in showcasing his wealth and success, traits often found in the most insecure individuals. His inflated self-belief blinded him, turning genuine self-worth into a dangerous sense of self-importance. Caught in a whirlwind of deceit, Ronell managed to ruin the lives of not just Kiana but other successful women as well. His actions revealed a profound lack of pride and dignity, traits he seemed utterly oblivious to. At his core, Ronell was a con man, dragging his wives down into the depths of despair. The question remained, where did a man like him find his pride? He spun intricate tales of happiness and success, luring women into believing that it could only be achieved alongside him. Women, it is often said, love with their ears, dreaming of eternal love. Yet one must wonder who truly shares the whole truth with their followers. To them, he was merely a stranger, masking his true self behind a carefully constructed facade. But it is crucial to remember that the beautiful image presented on the front of a story often conceals a darker reality on the reverse side. Ultimately, the narrative is shaped by those who dare to look beyond the surface. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more shocking stories yet to come.